serve, and grow is what you can expect at the House of Reconciliation. Leadership, community, education, wellness, and participation is part of our plan for your spiritual growth and success. Family and faith is a core value for the House of Reconciliation, working to help people find their purpose. Want to make an impact in the kingdom? Ready to tap into your future? Meet us at the House Sundays with Pastor Reginald Campbell. www.houseofreconciliation.org.
And I call it successful living because that is the whole purpose. I said this a little while ago, maybe on Wednesday, and I've said it quite often. I want to be in a place that I can learn. I don't want to be in a place that I'm trapped and controlled. I want to be in a place where I can learn and grow. And so the reality that comes about is a lot of what we hear we've already heard, and it doesn't advance our lives. So we have to try to find something new. So this morning we're going to talk about it's familiar. And so we're going to read this out of Galatians 5:1, and I'm going to show you how we're going to try to bring this into where we are current. It says in Galatians 5:1, that is in the New Testament, it says, "Stand fast in the liberty wherewith Christ has set you free. Be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage." Now, we've talked about stand, we've talked about fast, and we've talked about liberty. We've talked a little bit about the anointing of Christ. The name of Jesus is the point of salvation. The term Christ is the anointing of God operating in our lives, which has set you free. One of the things people have to realize, it is not people who set you free. It is God and yourself who sets you free. The challenge with most people is they never set their mind free, because people are always trying to make an impression on you rather than stimulate you to learn. So it's because every child doesn't learn the same. So when we look at it, it says set free, and I want to deal with the word entangled. So this is why I use the topic this morning, is familiar. See, at some point in our lives, we have to get off the hamster wheel. The hamster wheel many times become things that become redundant. And so there's typical that some people get a job and they plan to stay there forever, and they never see the job as a stepping stone to a career. Some people get what we call a first level of education, and they never see themselves to take the next step. So what I want to say to you real quick, what would your future self say to your current self? What would the next 10 years, so let's take the young route, let's say you're 25. What would your 45-year-old self say to your 25-year-old self? So when we look at that, do we have the bubble machine? We need to roll the bubble machine, just put it on the floor, let it start blowing bubbles, because this is what I hear people say all the time. Not everybody, but some people. They say, don't bust my bubble. And I'm trying to figure out what bubble in your life won't get busted. See, a bubble is a temporary kind of thing. And so people want temporary to be permanent because permanent calls work. It means to do something that's not within your norm. So if you and I are going to be successful, if you and I are going to go to the next level in our life, and I say it again, what would your future self? So let's say you're 25, and let's say, what would yourself say to you at 45? Because about that time is when your second or third promotion should be coming about. If you don't invest in yourself now, you won't be prepared for later. We do permanent things in temporary situations. And so then we think experience, we think loyalty. That's things my daddy and them did. Stayed on the job 39 years for someone else to pay you less than your value. Can I give y'all something that's kind of rough this morning? We won't be long because I did put a pin in it. If you think what you have is security, the only security you have is you and God. People are not guaranteed to stay in your life. Family members are not guaranteed to stay at peace with you. What are you doing to build you? Building you benefits you and benefits the people you with. If nobody benefits and levels up and go to the next level, then how do you get there? Because when it does come around to you, you won't be prepared to receive it. And you know what happens when we're not prepared to receive it? We start thinking about all the pain that we've gone through and all the dedication, and I've been faithful and I've stayed here. It doesn't matter. Do you qualify? Please present your credentials. Hard work, sweat, and tears do not open doors. Intellect and intelligence and skill sets does. So he says stand fast. And what he was saying to the Galatians, for those who want the context and the actual narrative, is they had a problem when they had the Gentiles in the church, and the Gentiles was this thing that they call uncircumcised. I want you to say this with me. People, please stay out of my personal business. Why are you worried about what's going on in someone else's personal life? You see, I mean, you're sitting in church, and it was a custom in the Old Testament where the Jews were circumcised. That was a point of separating yourself and da-da-da-da-da. And all of a sudden now, Christ has come, and we're supposed to be, and I'm worried about your personal body. Look at Galatians 5 and 2, and it talks, you know, because then it's like, well, no matter how good you are, there are people that's going to try to make a difference and find a way to cancel you out. Am I making sense? So he says, stand fast in the liberty. See, you should be liberating your mind, and the way you once you liberate your mind, you'll liberate your skill sets. Liberation isn't frightening. Liberation is accelerating. It feeds the adrenaline to accomplish something. So it's familiar. Be not again entangled. Now, I want you to write this for the writers. Get in your feelings or go after your future. Get in your feelings, take it personal. Baby, come on up here. We need to blow these bubbles. All these little bubbles blowing down here. Can anybody see them bubbles? Come on up here with your little St. Patrick's Day stuff on. Come on, baby. Sit with me for a minute. We're going to blow these bubbles because we're going to have to bust some people bubbles this morning. Come on, you want to sit with me? Come on, cutie. There you go. There you go. All right. Say it with me. Get in your feelings or go after your future. What would your future self say to your present self? My company loves me, And so people say, don't bust my bubble. Well, I got a job and they getting ready to give me a raise. I had a guy tell me yesterday, he said, man, I've been there 2.5 years and now I'm up to $11 an hour. Am I making sense? All right, so now, say this with me. Get in your feelings or go after your future. Here's the thing. Here's what most people say. I've lived another day, but haven't conquered or moved forward. I've lived another day. Thank you, baby. But I haven't conquered. Here you go, sweetie. Or moved forward. How many people are just doing the same thing and just happy you got a job? I want to say to you that's happy that you got a job, I need you to build a future. What happens when your back and your knee and your arms, carpal tunnel? What happens? The greatest thing you have is not your exterior, it's your mind. That's the greatest thing you have. And so what we have to do is start talking about that. Now I want you to say this with me real quick. Trapped. No. Y'all sound like you just woke up. Trapped. Trapped by voices in my head and voices of other people who do not have the license to my future. Trapped by voices in my head and voices of other people who do not have the license to my future. When it says it's familiar, there are some people, and sometimes there are those in your family who have an issue with you succeeding. Jealousy goes all the way back to Cain and Abel. The right now, and they saying between 2030 and 2036, they're saying literally the average person will need $65 an hour to maintain what they have today. How far off are you from $65 an hour? And that's just to keep it. That's not to grow it. That's just to keep it. Between 2030, y'all looking like y'all planning to be dead by then? I know I'm old, but I ain't planning to die. That, you know, I'm trying to at least make it to my 90s. So what are you doing? See, when I say it's familiar, many times people are using the skill sets of other people to make themselves successful, but the people are never successful. And so the people think the more things I have, the better off I am. No. The more things I have working for me, the better off I am. Does this make sense? So let's say it again. I've lived another day, but haven't conquered or moved forward. For the writers, I want to give you this. I heard this. I thought it was significant. Keep a commitment to your dreams and your goals. Keep a commitment. If you said that you were going to go to school, I need you to go to school. Why is school important and why is school so expensive? It teaches you modules and models, and it gives you tools that you can't get anywhere else. Those modules and those models will be your resources when you move forward. Everybody's not going to teach you everything on the job. Companies today say, why should I promote you when you have not invested in yourself? This is the whole schematic of rotating shifts. One of the reasons for rotating shifts is that they have you locked in and you can never lock into your future. This is why they pay more for second and third shift. I don't know anybody here, don't know what anybody works shift. And so people say, I need that money. And we all do. But also you need to build your future. Because while you're working, they're building another company in another country that they can pay them 1/3 of what they're paying you with no benefits. This is the time to start investing in you. So say this with me. I must keep the commitment to my dreams, my goals, and I must keep my word in order to finish. This is the time for you to build you. Be not again trapped by 50 cents more an hour. Be not again entrapped by other people's opinions of you. Can I make it plain? It isn't about what broke you. It's about what will keep you together. That sounded like it was. It isn't about what broke you. Because normally when you talk to people, and as a therapist, we always talk about what broke us. I want us to shift and start focusing on what will keep us together. Where are the strengths of your inner circle? It isn't. So when you find that space, and I think most people haven't discovered how important they are. I think they look at their size, their purpitude. I think they look at the opinion. They see themselves through the opinions of others. You're too short, you're too tall, you're too thin, you're too dark, you're too light, your hair is not the right texture, you know. And people do this to you to throw you off. Can I tell you your best weapon is your mind, is not your fist? Do what you say, well, what depends on the situation? No, I'm serious. See, because your feelings will get out there that will cause the blue lights to come. All right? And most of the times, the blue lights are not going to listen to you. I said most of the time, not all the time. I make people every day. Do you hear the tone of my voice? It don't change. I make people measure me and deal with me through my intellect and intelligence. I don't care who you are. Come on, somebody. I will laugh. I will joke with you. But when I go down the hall and wherever I am, come on, family members, I don't give you my feelings. I hit you with intellect and intelligence. And that's the distance that I keep. See, because let me make it plain. Most people wait till they get in their feelings and somebody insult them, and then they want to come back. I don't ever come back. I stay ahead. I'm not going to let you say something, and then, I got to go over here and get in my feelings to come back. I hit you right off the bat. We don't have to be friends, but we're here to do business. I don't talk about he said, she said. I deal with the facts. Either you got it or you don't. Either it's on the way or it was never ordered. Some people still looking in the mail for stuff that was never mailed. It's okay to laugh because we almost done. It's okay. Am I making sense? See, because this dulls the commitment to yourself. I don't ever wake up defeated. I wake up for the next step. I want you to start thinking, I am getting up today and tomorrow for the next step, because somebody's going to try to slide you back. Now, let me tell you what hurts most people, and we're almost done because I'm going to deal with, well, I guess I'll give you all this quote. Say this with me. I want you to close your eyes when you say this. And I want you to think for a moment. I don't nobody steal nobody's bag now. Some of y'all like, I need $5. I see that $5 right there. Oh, the Lord is good. The Lord is good. I want you to think this. I want you to say this, but I'm going to read it to you, and I'm going to give you a few seconds to think about it. Then we're going to say it together. Talk about the old me, because you can't get to the new me. You said it, because you don't have access to my mind like you used to. I want you to think about your job, your leaders, people who've lied to you, people who failed you, people who made false promises to you. I want you to just take a moment and say, talk about the old me. Come on, somebody. Talk about the old me. Yes, 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 I stole that candy out the store. Yes, 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 I did steal that bicycle. Yes, yes, I did. Yes, yes, I did say some bad words, because I know people go tell my mama what I do, because she repeated some things to me about 2 weeks ago. I said, Mama? I said, what? She said, yeah, that man asked you what you did for a living. You told him you trained monkeys. I said, now, Jesus, now who told my mama that? All right? You with me? You ready to say it? I mean, I want you to think about it. There's always in your life a setbacker. There are people who want to set you back. You know why? They are afraid to go forward. So what they want to have is influence over you. So then they want to tear you down. They want to have influence over you. I've had so many people critique what I do. Well, I would have did it like this. I said, well, go get your own broadcast. Go get your, don't try to critique mine. My style is not your style. Am I making sense? You dealing with that right now? Your gift is not my gift. Stop comparing yourself. You were born by yourself. But I'm not the right size. What that got to do with money in the bank? Jesus said, be not again entangled. He didn't say the fat folks, the skinny folks, the black folks, the red folks, the yellow folks, the green folks. He just said, be not again entangled with the foolishness that people try to make your mind their dumpster. Am I making sense? So come on, do you feel it a little now? Talk about the old me, because you can't get to the new me, because I have closed the access portal. Say, well, talk about the old me. Talk about how my car used to break down. Talk about how it didn't have any paint. Because you don't have access to the new me. I've closed that portal. Because you dragged me back to a familiar place. And the reason it's so tough to leave is they've tapped into your spirit. So you thinking about them, but they're not thinking about you, because if they cared about you, they would have never hurt you. People who care about you don't intentionally hurt you. There ought to be some people that you ought to be tired of hearing them say, I'm sorry. And can you help me, please? I didn't make my money to give to you. I made my money to grow my money. Am I making sense? I didn't make my money to give to you. I made my money to grow my money. Because we're almost done. Say, talk about the old me. I'm going to give you this quote from Mr. Clark Nesbitt. Talk about the old me. It's familiar. And see, some people don't chase their future. They hide in their comfort zone because it's safe here. But your comfort zone is your temporary zone. That was the whole point of blowing bubbles. You're going to have to get your hands dirty. You're going to get bumped and scarred. Here is where we're going this month to the resurrection. Unlocking dreams, to see vision, and to build faith. This is a quote by Clark Nesbitt. He is working on some cinema to bring to Simpsonville. He's working with some theater people there. And I thought this was significant with what he said about youth, and I think it applies to us. You can't seek what you don't know or can't dream. Everybody, male or female, you have to have a dream. People crush your dreams when you're small. When kids are coloring, we tell them to color within the lines. They're coloring with their imagination. Allow your children's imagination to grow. It doesn't matter what his or her abilities or disabilities are. You will never know until they get a chance to discover who they are. Here is what Clark said. You can't seek what you don't know or can't dream, or what you haven't been prepared or introduced to. You can't seek it. If you don't know what to ask, then you don't know how to ask the question. You can't seek what you don't know or can't dream. Every person, you know, most people pass out. They either watch TV or they drinking their sweet juice and they fall asleep. I need you to wake up to your life. Am I making sense? Clark said, you can't seek what you don't know or can't dream, or what you haven't been prepared or introduced to. My closing thought for you is this. When minds grow, opportunity follows. Say that with me. When minds grow, opportunity follows. I am here, say this with me, not for my emotions. I am here for information that will unlock my future. That's why we're together this morning. When minds grow, opportunities follow. Are you giving yourself the best version of you? God bless you. I'll see you soon.